Well, hello there, YouTube. It's Ro here. Thank you for visiting You Grow Ro. If this is your first time, I hope you'll consider subscribing at the end of this video. If you've been here before, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Today, we're going to be harvesting a whole bunch of parsley because I have a lot of it going out here, but I didn't have a whole lot this spring, and I didn't get to make one of the recipes that I like to make every year with my parsley. And I'll tell you all about it in just a second. I've got parsley going all over the place. That's the giant of Italy parsley. And here's another plant right here. Well, all right here. Look at all of that. That's a lot. I also have a small patch of, what is this? Green dream parsley here that I'm going to be harvesting from. And it too looks wonderful. And it doesn't stop there. I'm also going to be harvesting this parsley here. I believe this is more of the green dream parsley right there. This is your run-of-the-mill curly parsley. And then some more green dream parsley here. So the recipe I'm going to be doing today is tabbouleh, or tabbouleh. I'm not sure how they say it. I always call it tabbouleh. Here we have a place in Akron and in Cleveland, I know, named Aladdin's, and they make the best tabbouleh. They also make the best hummus, but it's, I believe, a Lebanese salad that's made basically from parsley. You add some bulgur wheat, some onion, some tomato, some lemon juice, salt and pepper, pretty much, and it's a light, refreshing, definitely reminds me of springtime type of salad. And I didn't get to do it this spring. I'm not sure why, because I had plenty of parsley. I just never got around to it. But whenever I was out here in my last video and I was checking out what was left of my herbs, these I just started, but those giant of Italy parsleys, those were from the spring. They didn't even bolt on me. I got to thinking, well, how am I going to use up this parsley? Of course, I could dehydrate some, but it's all looking so good. And I thought, what's one recipe I know that I love that uses a ton of parsley? And sure enough, tabbouleh entered my mind. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. So let me get to harvesting. So the temperature today is, I believe, supposed to get up to 59 degrees. I don't know if it did. It doesn't feel like that at the moment. I can tell you that. I just got off of work. I just parked my car not too long ago. I came straight out because I went and picked up my bulgur wheat yesterday. I went to the grocery and got my bulgur wheat. And so, let's get this here. And so I didn't want to wait to do my salad. I'm super excited about it. If you had it before, make sure to leave a comment in the bottom and tell me what your favorite dish is that have alongside of it. I just went and picked up some pita that I'm going to be having with it. But, you know, you could have it with other things. So if you've having it with other things, let me know in the comments, will ya? Because then maybe I'll consider that for the next time I make this, which will hopefully be soon. Parsley is a cool weather crop, usually, although you wouldn't know it by that giant of Italy parsley that I had going all summer, all spring and summer, and now into the fall. But it is. And I'm hoping that the fall will stay nice enough this autumn that these plants will have time to bounce back. That's also why I'm wanting to do a big harvest now. It just now started getting cold, and so I'm hoping we won't have a frost for a few weeks. My predicted frost is always October 15th. Today is October 10th. But for the past few years, it has been, that predicted date has been wrong. And I'm hoping for a repeat. So we will see. Goodness, this smells so good. Where's smell-o-vision when you need it, huh? All right, let's go over to the other plants. I'm not going to give you a recipe because I'm just doing it from memory, and also I'm working with what I got. So I don't know if I'm using up, you know, two bunches of parsley or one, I don't know. But if you go on the internet, there are countless recipes that you can Google, or you could always just go onto what is it, YouTube, and there are plenty of recipes here as well. All of them, I'm sure, equally delicious because tabbouleh, like, it's so good. I really like it a lot, and I don't get it all that often. I used to get it more frequently when I lived in an area called Highland Square, but as you know, I bought the house this time last year, and so I don't live over there anymore. Consequently, I don't go over to Highland Square all that frequently, although it's only, what, 15 minutes away maybe. And so I don't stop at, you know, Aladdin's on the way home like I used to. And there isn't one in this neighborhood, which is a shame. All right. If I haven't mentioned before, and I'm sure I have, I just don't know what video I did, but parsley is my favorite over basil any day. Call me weird, but I really do prefer parsley over basil. I don't even really use basil a whole lot in my cooking. I had one of those tests done a few years back to where they look at your, you send in a sample, I believe it was just a saliva sample, and they come back and they tell you, you know, things about your health you maybe didn't know. And one of the things that I didn't know is that I am acutely, I think, what did it say? Acutely allergic to basil. I think that's what it told me, which really didn't disappoint me at all, because guess who, again, isn't the hugest fan of basil? Although there's so many varieties out there, and I haven't tried them all, so I'm, of course, not giving up on it. And I do still grow it. I dry it because some recipes I just think subbing parsley for the basil isn't acceptable. What is that? Get out of there. All right. All right, friends, here's my harvest. Let's hope that's enough to get something amazing made. We'll see. So I got, 3 different varieties in here. I got the curly parsley, the giant of Italy parsley, and the green dream parsley. Let's get in the kitchen. All right, friends, let's discuss the very simple ingredients that are included in this recipe. They're simple ingredients, but you want to use fresh. So I have fresh parsley here. I got some fresh green onions, some scallions, straight from the garden as well. I have a hydroponic tomato here. This thing is enormous, look at it. I have some store-bought lemons. I have some pepper, some bulgur, salt, olive oil, and lemon juice. That's all we're gonna need. Very simple. It's basically a parsley salad with a simple vinaigrette. That's about what this boils down to. So let's get into it. Now here I have my parsley. This is going to be a lot of chopping, guys. And you're going to be tempted to pull out your some kind of machine in order to just blitz this up and make it easier, but don't do that. It's so much better when you do it by hand. Not only does it taste better, it doesn't get all pulverized and liquidated. Is that? Yeah, I used that word completely wrong, but you know what I mean. It will also look better. You'll have a better consistency for your salad as well. So I'm just gonna chop this up very finely, and it's gonna take a minute, but you guys won't have to wait that long because I'm gonna do this in a time lapse. All right, friends, so that's all chopped up. Really fine. So let's go ahead and add this to my bowl. I told you there's a lot of chopping involved. But you know, I find something really calming about chopping up veggies and herbs. So, not to mention the absolute glorious smell that is parsley. Let's take a look at that. That's how fine it is. Really fine. Okay. Next, I'm moving on to my tomato. Look at this monster. I don't need that much tomato though, so I'm gonna go get some smaller hydroponic tomatoes that I grew and see if those will do better for me. I lied. These are not hydroponic. These are, I grew these outside in the garden. So you don't want juicy. Juicy is what you don't want. So if your tomatoes have a lot of gel in them, go ahead and let those drain for a while, because that's not what you want. You don't want a soupy salad. I'm just going ahead and hollowing out these tomatoes here, which is not too hard, seeing as they are super small. Maybe not super small. These are about the size of a extra large cherry tomato. I think, let me go ahead and chop these and see how much this is, because you'd want the right ratio as well. You don't want your salad drowning in, well, at least I don't, drowning in tomatoes. As much as I love tomatoes, they're just a secondary ingredient in this salad. You want these on the small side as well. Sorry about my lighting. Really should have brought a ring light down here, but I didn't. Oh well. We'll make do. We'll make do. You get the idea. This isn't like a professional production team. It's just me. You know. Yeah, I think what I got here will be just enough. Yeah, that looks like plenty. All right, let's add that to our parsley. Yum-a-rooney. All right, moving on. Next, I'm gonna put in my green onion. I'm just gonna chop that up. Fresh from the garden. You know what? I'm only gonna do 2 of these. So I'll put this out here. Fresh from the garden. I probably only need 1 from the garden. I almost forgot to mention another ingredient you might try adding is what is it? Mint. Now I have mint outside, but it's chocolate mint, and I just know. Even if it does taste mostly like mint, the smell alone would just throw this off for me. So we're going with this. Technically this, so we're going with skipping it. And I was going to say, technically these aren't even green onions. These are just the green tops to some onions that I have growing out in the yard. But that's fine too. I'm just trying to give it a little finer chop. Make sure you're using a really sharp knife. Really sharp. All right, let's add those onions to our salad. But that's why you don't see any white parts to this. It's because I'm not using technical green onion. I'm using onion tops. Use what you got, like I always say. I could go ahead and start seasoning up the salad. So I got my pink Himalayan salt here. And I'm just gonna sprinkle. I like to sprinkle the tomatoes because the tomatoes seem to absorb the flavor really well. Then let's do some pepper. I normally just work with fresh ground. All right, let's see how that goes. I feel like I got a bit too many tomatoes in there, so I'm gonna pull some of those out and use them as a garnish. Because there's definitely something about the ratios to this. Okay. Try to mix that up. You know what? We can go ahead and add those. All right. Yeah, that looks good. Doesn't that look nice? It would look better if my lighting was better, but no complaints, no complaints. It looks great, Ro. It looks great. All right. Oh, I wanted to point out something I just noticed. So you know I was talking about the place where I love to get their tabbouleh. Well, I was looking at my pitas, and lo and behold, made out of Aladdin's. They're Aladdin's. See? Aladdin's Baking Company 1301 Carnegie Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio. So that's awesome. I didn't even notice that when I bought them. All right, let me give this a little taste and see. Sometimes people add red onion. I don't know. No, that's good. Just gotta get that vinaigrette on there. Nice. I'm the only one eating this today. He's not gonna eat this, which is a shame because it's so good. Yeah. Lovely. I think I'm gonna do just a little bit more salt. All right. Let's see. Perfect. All right. What is not part of the recipe is shrimp, but I'm gonna be putting some in mine. I'm gonna be putting some of that shrimp in my pita. I'm just gonna take the tails off and add it on top of my tabbouleh that I'm gonna stuff inside the pita, and it's gonna be delicious. So I just threw some in a pot. I'm just gonna boil it up here for a few minutes until it's good, and then we'll just make the vinaigrette separately. So while that bulgur is boiling, let's make this vinaigrette. I got my lemon, just rolling it so I can get the juice out better. Just a little trick I learned. Squeeze that in there. Keep your hand down there so you can catch the seeds. To that, I'm going to add some olive oil. I'll whisk that together. All right, so we got our vinaigrette ready. Our tabbouleh is here. Here's our wheat. Just gonna dump that in there. Probably should have cooled it off. Oh well. Oh well. Can you tell I'm starving? Mama's hungry. All right. Mix that all together. Doesn't that look good? Oh man. All right, that's mixed up good. I'm just gonna add my little bit of vinaigrette here. Ideally, you would let this set in the refrigerator for a while. All right, let's taste it. Always gotta taste stuff. Perfect. Booyah! Let's zoom in there. Oh yeah. And then I did the cool thing. I had the foresight to reserve a piece of lemon. And there it is, friends. That's tabbouleh. Mm, mm, mm. All right, guys. I hope you give the recipe a try sometime. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button on the way out. And I'll be back another day with another video. Until then, happy growing, everybody.